In this video session, we're going to use graphs to organize and summarize quantitative data. The graphs that we're going to look at are the histogram and the box plot. The first thing I'm going to show you is this is something that's very nice in Minitab. It's called a graphical summary. If you go to Stat, Basic Statistics, Graphical Summary, click. Okay, let's look at commute time. C16, select, and hit OK. We see very quickly that Minitab computes what's called a histogram. This is a box plot. And then we have our descriptive statistics over here. We see the mean, the variance, the minimum, Q1, median, Q3, max. So a lot of information very quickly. Let's go ahead and do another example for number of credits. So again, I'm going to use the edit last dialog key. Sometimes I call it the hotkey. What it will do is it will bring up the last window. So we want to change commute to number of credits. Hit select, hit OK, and now we see the graphical summary for number of credits. Here's our histogram, there's the box plot, here's our descriptive statistics, and this 95% confidence interval. That's something that you'll learn in Stat 2. Now let's say we wanted to look at the histogram and just the histogram. The way we could do that is we would go to Graph and we want to select histogram. Now there's some different choices here. Normally we're going to go with simple. Later on we may want to do this with what's called a fit, but for now let's just make it simple. Hit OK. Let's look at commute time. Hit select, hit OK, and we see what's called a histogram. Now Minitab will allow us to change the bin width if we would like to. If you notice, Minitab is marking the midpoint. We could change it to the endpoints. There's different options you can do. If you double click on the x-axis, this window comes up. You can choose the position of the ticks if you would like. You can set it on a minimum and a maximum range if you would like. Again, if you don't like the midpoint, you can do it the cutoff point, and there's different options that you can play around with. Let's just hit OK. Now this is very easy again to copy and paste into programs like Word and PowerPoint. Let's go ahead and take a look at the histogram for the number of credits. So again, I want to go to my edit last dialog, C15, hit OK. And then here's our histogram for number of credits. Now if we wanted to graph a box plot to see if there's a possible outlier or if there's a number of outliers, the way we do that is again we go to Graph. This time we go to box plot. Again, we want it simple. Hit OK. Let's look at commute time, C16. Okay, here's some different options here. We're going to keep it simple. Just hit OK. And we have our box plot for commute time, and we see that these stars indicate outliers. Now if we move our cursor over the outlier, it will tell us exactly what row the data is in and also the value. So these are 60, 80 minutes, 90 minutes, and again the largest one is 150 minutes. Now we can also scoot down, and if we put our cursor on the actual box plot, we see that Q1 is 15, the median is 20. Now that's this line right here in the middle, that's the median, 20. This line right here that's first making up this rectangle is Q1, this one is Q3. And we see that Q3 is 30. So the interquartile range is Q3 minus Q1, which is 15. So the middle 50% is between these values here. So now this would probably be our minimum. It's not considered an outlier. 3 minutes. Okay, let's look at number of credits. Hit my hotkey. This time select C15. Hit OK. And this time we only see one outlier. It's on the high end. 20 credits. It's considered an outlier. This would be the value for Q3. This is the value for Q1, and this is Q2, or the median. So you just leave your cursor on there. We see that Q1 is 9, median is 12, Q3 is 13. So the IQR, the interquartile range, is 4. Now, if you would like your box plot to be vertical instead of horizontal, a Minitab will do that. The way you do that is you go to Graph, go again to Box Plot. We want it simple. This time go to Scale, where it says Transpose Values and Category Scales. Click this box, hit OK. Again, we'll leave it on Credits, hit OK. And we now see that the box plot is now vertical. And some believe it's a little bit easier to read. Again, if you move your cursor over the box plot, it will give you the values for Q1, interquartile range, Q3.